defending the Igbos. I'll be defending rubbish. When I requested my work, I wanted to talk with thee. Mazi, I don't know whether you knew me then, but at least you knew me. You know me then. When there was this cry that Buhari did not appoint any Southeasterners as security chief, I was shouting at the top of my voice, don't say that. You cannot sell your brothers because of politics. You cannot deny your brothers because of politics. You cannot reject your brothers because of politics. Buhari actually appointed an Igbo man. No, tell me the person. Lucky. Onye nuche ya, elu onye erabo. As I'm speaking at the Igbo Sierra, they understand the name I'm calling. Maybe they may not know they may not know because nobody told them. But the names they can resonate with it. Lucky, na English name. Elu onye, enu onye. Onye nuche ya. Then Irabo is the surname. What it means I don't actually know anyway. He's from a car local government. I think Abo precisely, but the car local government. Oh, it's not Igbo enough. I know be that I know without the talk now. I know be that kind of Igbo with the talk. There was nothing I did not debate. To prove to them we have an Igbo man there, they rejected it. All of a sudden, they love Anyama so much. And the Anyamans are not even saying that they are not Igbo, saying the way to say this truth, to say the record straight. They will not come and tell you that they are not Igbos. But the thing is that they don't want to identify with this Biafra madness. Don't even want to have anything to do with it. Because that Biafra war, them collect. When they tell you their stories, I met Colonel Atrusia. I met one day.
Can you round up for us?
Yeah, I'm running up. When the military came, when they were pushing back, no, them broke the bridge now. They don't over broke the bridge, and those ones were left behind. Let them come out and tell the story now. You will see my brother. Shut up! It never happened. Shut up! They want to tell their story. They don't want another person to tell their story. So those are normal people. They don't want to use their ear to hear Biafra, and that is their grouse. They're not. They themselves inside them. They will tell you, "I am Igbo. I am Igbo." That's that they are Igbos. But they don't want to mingle. They don't want to have anything to do with that. Make nobody come. They bring Biafra near them. That's where I'm born and brought up in Ibuzo. Possibly not Delta State. I know go Nigeria, so I know go there. So I know them well. V from Owash, a neighboring town. I know them. But our people, to be sincere, I go talk them. As I talk now, I know say they're going to insult me for comment section. Concern me. Because when I was telling you guys to shut up, when I no agree, now you don't reach. Many of you, if you still take the mic, come here now, you go still talk the truth, you still like joy. You still like joy. Don't scatter things. Sometimes ignoring no be cowardice. And all this, I don't know where this bigotry started from, how old it was or it is, and everything. But when I see this particular 2023 own, this particular one, look at all the country going to turn the lie you. The people that knew me on space, I was warning my brothers. The people that knew me on space, I was warning my brothers. I even made a tweet about it that particular time. When I do one with Fulani, when I followed them to Fulani, it was fine. But this place where they go so, I no go like her. I was telling them, this place where no go, they go so, I no go like her. I think if I start, I will bring out the tweet. Now it don't scatter. Oh, look at what they're doing to us. Look at what they shut up. So me when I enjoy it. Those who knew me, I won. I cried. I told people, even the what people where God go punish where I'm concluding with this one. When I see if it's Salako, God will punish him. Reno Mokri, God will punish him. What be this one name? FFK, no, God no go punish that one. Now Madioha, Shongo, Ogu, Ehinja, Anso Akija
Doggy, what do they do
go
for
punish
you
that
now? What
one.
do they do for you?
Wait. If it's Salako, God will, I mean, the gods of the land will destroy his destiny because they have been setting my people up. They will come and make all these, the Igbos are actually strong than the industrials. Look at what they're doing to Igbos. Igbos are being marginalized and our people go to clap for them. At the end of the day, they are setting my people up. They are setting my people up. Lagos is a no man's land. Now people carry for head. When I was crying, shut up, Lagos, shut up. Even some Yorubas are there. I was telling them when they set my people up, at the end of now we go collect. When I no go there, when we go collect. Oh, you're a sellout. Oh, you're supporting them. Oh, you're throwing your people under the bus. You don't reach now. My people know they're under the bus. You know that mechanic pit. That mechanic pit. Now inside that place now, they can't take bus cover us. And those people who have pitched us in that pitch, they are now on their own.
Okay, Doggy.
They are now on their own. Master, thank you, George. Just wanted to put it out. Because at the end
Doggy,
of the day,
you don't try. You try. I remember all those time.
no, no,
I
no, no,
remember
Oluwaseun,
I
they
remember
vex
all
me.
those
At
time
least
with
you
the day.
remember those
I remember
days.
all those days now. Me, you, we dey talk now. Even me with they Peter or self, I dey always enter your DMs talk say, may they know they do like this to you. And now you even change me self because when I see the kind justice where they carry on top, I go change. You cannot hate a people and then say you love me. It's not possible. No, I no be this thing. You hate my people. You can't say you love me. How now? How? How will you love me? It's not possible. But I'm going to say that you see, when you come for the people unperturbed, you keep.
Oluwaseun, abeg 10 seconds. Man, so una for allow polonium talk. I don't know what you go talk. Better take bottle
No,
for your head.
Polonium, take your hand drop now. You
Give
know,
a
say
mic,
big
make it
straight.
come talk. Give a mic, make it come
I,
talk. I want
I
make
If
it
know,
talk.
you if you if
I know
you
the podcast
allow
now.
if you allow
But
a certain
I was actually waiting for Polonium to talk because I know, say,
where's
if the,
polonium?
that thing wey you normally do, he dey here, but
Eh,
you know
may,
what
may, may,
request,
may, may, may,
he
may,
don't
may, may,
drop.
may, 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 may. Okay, don't drop a bit. Okay, I may come up when you want to talk. The thing is, right? When you see something and then you call it out, 2022, 2023 was very brutal for a lot of people on Twitter here. You could not breathe as long as your name is a Yoruba name. You meet pushback. 2023, you could not say anything contrary to what was being cooked in their echo chamber because you have to be in line. But the point is, somebody with a name indigenous to the southeast can actually make a contrary opinion. You might get a little bit of pushback, but you don't see the vim, the militancy, the hate. When you, a Yoruba person, does the same thing, you meet pushback. Now, this is not to say there are not people on our side too who perpetuate ethnic sentiment. People on our side.
Oluwaseun, you go talk this thing because you don't know what we see.
I know.
You don't know what we
Me,
see.
I know waiting you see. I did it when they message your wife now. I did it when they message you, thinking it was your job that they messaged. They wanted to take your own job. You that you created a job for yourself. They wanted to create your own job for you, thinking they had messaged your employer. But it was you that they messaged. I know everything. I saw it here. I was on the TL here. Me, I was shout. Me, they enter my DM. They wish me death. They, they, they wished me death. I would go on their spaces. They will call me an Afonja Yoruba person. Then do you know the funniest thing? I will now I will have to explain myself that I supported Obi. Imagine that I have to explain myself before I have an opinion. Just imagine that. I voted for Peter Obi, but I don't subscribe to this. Then friends, people they ostracized me. They would tell me that there are people who are being this one. They would tell me they started it first. They are big account influencers on their side that enable the hate. Influencers on our side too that enable the hate. I'm not going to say one side is the harbinger of all these things because it's a collective issue. The blame is going to be shared. But I can tell you that I was part of a particular faction, and the faction that I was a part of, they threw me out to the dogs because I had a Yoruba name. I was not cool with the Ekiti killings. Mutuals that were supposed to stand. The people that I even detest the most are the ones that bask in their intellectualism. When people come for the your Yoruba heritage, when they come for your leaders, your institution, they will not see anything. The moment you reply, you start seeing their quote tweets. They try to bask in the fact that they are different. They are not part of this whole thing. But what they don't understand is that when the fire ignites, whether you are a part of it or you are not a part of it, you would be burned. You will be burnt. You will be burnt, irrespective of the fact that you are a part of it or not. You are first your tribe before you are Nigerian. Because your tribe is what confers you your Nigerian nationality. You must first come from somewhere first before you are Nigerian. That is why we identify as Yoruba, Igbo, Tiv, Igala, Idoma, Nupe, Kalabari. That's why we identify as Fulani, Hausa. You must first be a part. You must first come from somewhere first before you are Nigerian. And you must defend your tribe. When you get to a place and then people make confounded statements about your institutions, make confounded statements about your people, it will rub you a certain kind of way. You don't expect me to keep quiet and shut up while a certain people are mocking the deaths of people that are from Ekiti. Ekiti is just 15 minutes away from Ondo State. I am Ijebu and I am also a Kale. Ijebu because my dad is Ijebu. Ikale because my mom is Ikale. I used to live in Akure before I left Nigeria, right? And Ondo State and Ekiti State were once one state prior to 1995, 1996, before it was divided. So if my mom had died in the Ekiti flood, they would have done the same thing to me. They would have mocked me here on Twitter. I had to speak to myself. You can't hate me. You can't hate my people, then love me. And then you see how people with Yoruba names were treated on that side of the divide. They were required to, keep.
Sorry. Have you been to Clubhouse
I've not been to Clubhouse before. I've been to Clubhouse, but
during
I'm
that
not.
during that during that election? Did you actually went to Clubhouse to know what
No, no,
actually know what
I
was
didn't
going
go
on
to
there?
Clubhouse. I was here on Twitter. I saw everything. I was here on Twitter. I was on Facebook too.
You
I
know,
saw
you
the
know this
militants.
this fight this fight actually this bigotry of a chain. Um, People who are doing it between IPOP and the Yoruba nation. I think it started very worse in the Clubhouse. If you go to
Yeah, I know. I
Clubhouse,
know.
there's nothing you will not hear.
Clubhouse is quite worse because mostly delinquents, mostly degenerate people are the ones that are on Clubhouse. But I'm going to just go ahead to so I can finish up and other people can speak. You see, Shola, me and Shola, this Shola guy here, we came under a lot of attack. Shola will come under attack from several people just for airing his opinions. And I see a lot of people now trying to defend their tribe. Some 1 year ago, 2 years ago, you disassociated yourself from this thing because you felt like it wasn't cool. Now that it's cool to defend your tribe, you are here. I am very wary about your your new alliances. I don't think some of you are being genuine. I truly think that some of you, you sway, your opinion sways according to what is cool at a particular point in time. But nevertheless, I'm glad that you are home now. I am home too. I've always been home because irrespective of the political party that I support, I would not use my left hand to describe my father's house. I love my people. I understand my identity. And I know for a fact that even if we are not one people, even if we have, we are diverse, we are a diverse people, even if we have a different way of life, we have always found a way to coexist. Now, if you threaten that coexistence, there will be pushback and there will be clashes. You allow people who are abroad to sow seed of discord. People indigenous and living in that particular place are telling you that these rhetorics that you are pushing are rhetorics that don't make any bit of sense and they don't like it. And instead of you to call yourself to order, you keep going on. Why? Because you want it to pain them. There's something devilish inside of you. But you don't understand that when this thing finally ignites, innocent people will be the one that will be affected. If the violence ignites, Yoruba people will be killed. Igbo people will also be killed. Other tribes are also going to be killed if this ignites. But you don't care about that because you people don't give a fuck about what happens if this thing finally turns over its head. You only care about your followings on Twitter, the retweets that you get, the power it gives you. That's what you care about. Betty Akeredolu, one of the worst, worst. I hate her with my life. I hate Betty with my entire life. One of the worst first ladies in Ondo State. This when she came into the state, the first thing that she did was she took the buses that Mimiko provided for secondary school students poor secondary students so that they could get home and get to their destination. She took it to Imo State to contest for an election and she left it there. She shared positions to her people alone. She plummeted the resources of the state because her husband was incapacitated and was always in Ibadan. She ran a de facto government. And when people of Ondo State complained, the obedience on Twitter here, they adopted her. Why? Because irrespective of the atrocities that she committed in Ondo State, you did not care about the plight of the Ondo State people. When the Ondo State people complained, you told them to shut up. Because you people don't care about other voices other than your own. And you adopted Betty, you kept raining support for her. Imagine me from Ondo State seeing something like that. And when I complained about this Betty issue, I had to say, like almost every Yoruba person, I supported Peter Obi, but what Betty did in Ondo State is not good. I was thinking I could educate anybody. All I got under my post was bigots. You are a bigot. You are a this. You are a that. You are a bigoted human being. You are a this one. You are a that one. You look at this big bigot. This me, big bigot. Betty was stealing under the APC government. She did not want to relinquish power. She didn't want to give power. She acted like Ture Yaradua. She didn't want to relinquish power to the deputy governor at a particular point in time. She held it. And because she was not allowed to become de facto governor of Ondo State, she came on Twitter here to rant. She came on Twitter to settle scores. And you people who have never been in government before, in fact, you've never smelled the corridors of power. You adopted her because she's insulting Yorubas. You adopted her. She insulted the king. You hail her. Your thought leaders, people you gave important positions in the Labour Party, insulted our institutions, insulted Ondo State people. She called us, she called us Indiofe Manu.
Deji of Akure, a baby king.
She called the Olowo of Owo that she called the baby king. It's Olowo of Owo that she called a baby king. And we are going to tell you Akeredolu's history in Akure, but we will not do that today because we respect our elders, irrespective of what his wife has done. We will not do that. We respect our elders in Yoruba land. But you guys adopted that. Maurice Monye, one of your thought leaders, was putting out your solidarity tweets with somebody that stole with her son. Somebody that stole Ondo State resources with her son. But you are always here championing that you um care about
So can you
um
start around please?
I'll start rounding up now. But you're always championing that you care about Nigeria. You want corrupt politicians, but you supported Betty because you don't care about corrupt politicians. You don't care about whatever. The only thing you care about is sowing a seed of discord because you believe in ethnic supremacy. But that is not going to happen. That is not going to happen. The first thing, I believe that whatever discussion that we're having now is only going to have any way forward if the people that we are talking to are ready to listen. We've not made any ridiculous demands. We are telling you, respect our institutions. Tinubu does not speak for all Yoruba land. Tinubu is representing himself in Aso Rock. I did not vote for Tinubu. I did not canvass for Tinubu. I did not support Tinubu. Why do I have to take the blame? Why does my people have to take the blame for anything Tinubu does in Aso Rock? You have to respect our people. Stop making unfounded claims, unfounded allegations, stupid statements about Yoruba people because we will not take that. I won't take that. I'm a Yoruba person. I am not a detribalized person at all. I am not detribalized. I won't take that. I believe in diversity. I respect you. That's the reason why when you go on my page, you will not see me making unfounded claims against your people. In fact, I defend it because that's what I do. I don't only defend bigotry against the Yorubas. I also defend bigotry against the Igbos because I
Okay.
understand that.
So in the same place now, can you
Okay,
just
okay,
listen?
okay.
You don't make corona
All
please.
right, all
We
right,
will
no,
end this straight now.
all right, no verse, no verse, no verse. So I'm telling you, let's do the right thing. The people abroad that are stoking this ethnic tension, stop. Stop. And if you think that we can never get along, there's a way forward. Either we split this country or we go into regional government. There's a way forward. If a union is forced, we can divorce. If you say you don't want the union anymore, or you are not going to work together as one, or we are not going to respect each other, then we go our separate ways. I don't want us to go our separate ways. So I'm begging you, I'm imploring you to please let's sit down and then call our side out. Tell them to stop. On this side too, we tell our people to stop. And then we'll continue as we've been doing before, living in harmony and respecting each other's traditions, respecting each other's creed. Everybody has a right to self-determination. And I think that this is what should take precedence.
Thank you. Thank you a lot.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you a lot. God bless you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You never disappoint my brother. So King, excellent defender. Excellent defender. Please. King, are you there? Excellent and defender. King, please go
Okay,
on.
am I excellent, right?
Yeah, King, please go on. King, you can hear me. King, can you hear me?
Excellent. Maz, I can hear you. I don't know if Excellent can hear you, if
Not
he's ready
excellent.
to speak.
King, can hear me? Okay, think it's not here. Your network is not good. So let me drop it. Excellent, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Yeah.
Please go on, my
Good
brother.
afternoon, everyone. I've been listening for quite a while. I've heard everybody's submission. It's very, very good. And
Sorry,
um,
just give me a sec. Just give me a sec. Clean man, the clean man, I beg, take your dear. Go ahead, my brother.
okay. So, the topic overcoming tribal bigotry in Nigeria, part two. Well, this topic has been on for long. I feel one of the major things that we look at is that we cannot shy away from the fact that the main issue which is fueling this thing need to be talked about. Sometimes I have come to the realization that as a father sometimes or as a parent, it's not usually the child that cries to you. Sometimes that is usually, that are usually not, sometimes they're usually the one that are guilty. So if you don't take your time to actually find out what is actually going on, you might be tempted to just, justify that child because it's crying that the elder one or the younger one actually hurt them. So you need to do a deep finding about what is actually going on, because sometimes that cry might mask the situation of the thing. So what I actually find out about this thing, basically this whole issue we are talking about is in a bigger picture. Yes, we know you have started even before 1960 and what about, but we are limiting this scope to actually what is currently going on starting from 2023, which is basically looking at it is between the Yoruba and the Igbo, and Lagos is the focal point. The reality is this: we are not discussing, or we are not talking about whether anyone can go to Lagos to trade, or anyone can, be there, or you can grow your career or your future in Lagos, or whatever the case is. But there's something that everybody has at the back of their mind, that regardless of where you find yourself, there's a reason why we have what we call state of origin. There's a reason why you have a particular place you are born. There's a reason why you are given a specific name, because you belong to a particular tribe, and then you are from a particular ethnic group. I was born and brought up in Benin. I grew up to know that there are some certain things, no matter how old you are, that you don't do regarding the kingship of a Benin city. I remember at a particular time when the Oba dies, of course, civilization is taking its place now. Every male child or every man in that particular town, Benin city, we have to cut their hair, because as a sign of respect for the kingship. So once you are staying in that particular city, you have to abide with those traditional and cultural value of that particular place. And in such a way, you won't have any problem. In fact, I can speak Benin frankly. So the essence is that we can only have peace when people respect and understand the culture of that particular place where you are. And respecting that culture will be the first thing on how you'll be able to treat, bigotry. And this cuts across whether you are Igbo or you are Hausa or you are Yoruba or whatever tribe you are. It's all about mutual respect, identifying with the people you are staying with, even if it doesn't go well with you. But the fact that that is where you are staying, you need to identify and respect it. So when I see an Igbo man, for example, standing up to shake his father, despite that I was brought up as a Yoruba person, to prostrate and greet, I don't see it as being rude or offensive. I see it from the standpoint of the fact that that is their culture. Their culture allows it that they can stand to greet an elder. Whereas my own culture makes it that I can prostrate to greet an elder. So even when I see an Igbo man I want to greet, I will be tempted to prostrate to greet the Igbo man, because that's my own culture. So it must be born out of respect. And now, but when I begin to see prostrating like, it's uncivilized, I'm just saying in quote, or the other person begin to see standing up as disrespectful, then there's a problem. There's a problem, especially when you are living in that particular community. So we cannot shy away from trying to, see the bottom of it. So when a statement begins to go to a particular place, out of 36 states in Nigeria, a particular state, a particular tantrum goes there that is a no man land. Do you understand? Those people is only a little, as in a matter of time, when they'll begin to see, especially when they begin to see, the tantrum of it going on in a political scale, that this statement is not just an ordinary statement or joke. It's beginning to play out. They will react, whether you like it or not. And there's a particular impression I want to correct here. It's my personal opinion. Everybody may not like it. I don't like this idea of actually saying an Ekiti man cannot actually, speak for a Lagosian. That is my own personal opinion. Might not go well with everybody. Or an Ondo man cannot necessarily fight for Lagosians because it's no. I won't go with that statement 100%. Yes, it might be correct 60%. Because I believe that when we are talking about something like saying the origin of the Yoruba race, for example, is from Ile-Ife. So how can we not see that Ile-Ife can be a precedent for me as a Yoruba man in Ondo State? That means there's something tying every one of us together. As far as geopolitically, geographically, we are designed as Southwest, and we also came from the same race, which is Oduduwa. Then I believe that no matter what it is, this is my race, and the people who are staying there also belongs to my tribe. So even if I am not 100% an indigenous of that particular place, then if I see something going on politically or something I feel I can talk about, then I can talk about it. But where I might be wrong is, I might be wrong if I'm fueling an ethnic crisis when the original intention is not to actually defend what is wrong, but actually to cause ethnic crisis. Yes, I can be 100% wrong. So I cannot sit down in Ondo town, for example, and be saying, not knowing what is going on in Lagos, that, oh, the Igbos in Lagos, they are trying to cause chaos, when I am not actually there or know what is going on there. That will be 100% wrong. That is I'm causing. But I can discuss, I can be part of the discussion as far as it deals with as in maintaining the integrity and cultural value of Lagos as a state, being a Yoruba man. I am 100%. I believe that that's my own opinion. I can defend it and I can speak to it. So I cannot be pushed to one angle of the discussion that, oh, because I'm from Ekiti, the person, I can have the same stake as the person. No, if it comes to killing a tribal person, they will not identify that whether I'm from Lagos or so. If it comes to killing Yoruba, even if I am in Kano, I will be killed as a Yoruba man, not as a Lagosian. So we need to understand that particular place, that there's nothing wrong as an Ekiti man or as an Ondo man speaking concerning issues in Lagos, because it's part of Southwest and the original indigenous of that place, they are Yoruba first. So we need to understand that place. But the only wrong thing I will not permit is that you don't fuel ethnic crisis based on the fact that you are staying from Ekiti and then fueling a crisis. So the way forward, let me summarize by saying this. Ethnic, as in bigotry can only be overcome, one, by mutual respect. The people living in a particular place respect their value and their core, respect it, cultural values, and see to it that, fine, the Constitution of Nigeria makes you, enable you to stay anywhere in Nigeria, and you can grow your business anywhere in Nigeria without restriction. But there is what we call value, understanding value and understanding the fact that somebody gave me an entrance that I can stay in this place, or I'm a tenant, I paid my full rent for a landlord, does not mean that I will start building external buildings or external things in the house of that person. He will tell me, no, even though you pay for this rent, that does not give you the right to do some certain things without my consent. So we should respect our host, number one. Then number two, our words, we should be careful of what we say, because it will wake a sleeping giant. So there are statements that you don't know the implication today. You might be saying it because you just feel probably maybe it's for political sake or for something, but you are going to awake another giant in the future. So when you begin to call a particular place a no man's land, it's only a matter of time you wake up that giant. And this thing is happening all over the world. We can see Trump now sending immigrants away now, even though some of them, they are not trying to trace that they came in illegally, whereas they came in illegally, but they've been legalized. But they are not talking about that again. So it's only a matter of time. You can see in UK now, they are not trying to change the residency, laws by saying that even though you now have it, you need to stay a number of years. So everybody is protecting their core value, their cultural system, and their own land. So going forward, let's take our mind off bigotry. Let's respect one another. We are brothers. If we meet outside the country, we won't be talking about whether you are Yoruba or you are Igbo. What we talk first is Nigeria. But as far as we're in Nigeria, yes, we can talk about which tribe are you. But let's respect ourselves. Let's give, let's be watchful of our statements, because they are like egg. Once they fall to the ground, you can't pick it. So let's be careful of what we say. And another thing I want us, let's speak truth to power. Whether it's a Yoruba person that is going wrong, tell the person you are fueling ethnic bias, ethnic crisis. If it is Igbo, tell your brother, just like Doggy. I like him for one thing. Each time I've seen him in forum, he's always balancing arguments. It will come from both sides. This is what this one person is doing that is wrong. This is what the other person is doing. So don't be, one-sided. You just speak as concerning your side. So I think that's the way forward. Thank you. That's my submission.
Yeah, thank you. But me, government can be died of Africa. I mean, for me, I'm more interested in calling my people out, right? So my people to stop. You know why? Because I know them very well. If Yoruba cannot stop their own, it's not my problem. But my people are my own children first. Let them first. I can't live because other people's children are misbehaving and allow my own children to misbehave. There's no justice on that, right? So my people should be the first. If my people can be able to stop, then I can be able to say, guys, my people have stopped this thing. Why can't you people stop your own? So, but if you have people who have that strength to be calling the both sides, good for them. Don't have a lot of property in Lagos. So maybe that's the reason why we have been going about trying, but don't be sorry, not that. Go on, please, if you can hear me.
Mazi, can you hear me now?
The thing, where have you been, my brother? I can hear you, my brother.
All right, thank you very much. So I don't want to take too much time. So first of all, I
Where have you been?
I did. I just did low key. I did enter your space, but I just did there anonymous. You understand?
Okay, my brother. Okay.
So first of all, we need to understand that as Africans, we are very territorial people, and we need to respect ourselves. Everybody else, they've spoken about respect, respect, respect. You understand? Yoruba used to say "Tabade luala in any con iwalani," which means if you go to where you have nobody, you need to have a good behavior. I also own like a business outside the country. I can't be telling people, "Oh, I built this place. I built this place." If things doesn't go my way, I saw an opportunity there and I took it. You understand? I saw my home there. I could have taken it to my home, but I had to consider things. You can't be, and we know when this thing started. It started since 2023, and before 2023, we saw the crime in the country was committed by Fulani. We saw it every time. When something happened in our war, they were saying it's Fulani, it's Fulani, it's Fulani. My mom is from Kogi. So later they started finding out that some of these people, some of them were from Kogi. I posted it on my WhatsApp. I had some of my mom's relatives coming for me. I'm like, this is the danger of saying Fulani, Fulani, Fulani. Now you see it's from Kogi, you are weak. Do you understand? And people were predicting at that time that once the Yoruba man takes over, it is our turn. People predicted it, and we saw it. And for me, and this is for us to introspect, Igbo, Yoruba, everybody. If you are saying everybody does not like you, even as an individual, is that not time for you to sit back and say, if everybody does not like me, who do I like? Do I like all of them? Or is it not the reflection of, can I check myself? Everybody is saying they don't like me. They are not sitting together and conspiring against me individually, separately. You need to also see that maybe it's time to check yourself as a person. This is not even as a group now. You cannot be saying everybody does not like, everybody does not like you. It's not nice. You built this place, you built this place. It doesn't make sense that you built somewhere and then your own is not built. The whole GDP of Africa is not bigger than the GDP of California. California GDP is bigger than the whole Africa. But we have Igbos here. We have Yorubas here. We have Hausas here. If we were that slick, why is one state in America bigger than all of us? If we were that slick, these people, the war that me and you didn't participate, Biafra war, they killed 4 million Igbo, you starve, they cut off food supply. Did you not kill anybody as Igbo people? You said you killed now, it was war. Why are you saying they killed 2 million? Awolowo cut off food supply. Nigga, it was war. In war, anything is fair. I can cut off your food supply. I can cut off your water supply. I can cut off anything just to win war. Now the war has been won and lost. Me as a 27, 30-year-old, 29-year-old boy, and you two, 25, 26, 27, you are telling me civil war. What's my business with civil war? What that you and I didn't participate in? Eh? What that we didn't know, maybe it was these people, their ego, their selfishness that led us there. You are telling me Awolowo cut off food supply. What is my business with Awolowo cut food supply? So we need to stop all this arrogance that is backed by nothing. It's like printing money without production. It is inflation. We are not that slick. We need to go and build. No, even Lagos is not perfect. Lagos, compared to other cities that people that have been outside the country have, Lagos is not perfect. So I really don't see why you say you built, you built, you built. You built houses and you saw an opportunity. You actually don't like Lagos because if you have the opportunity, you will go to where you feel comfy. But you saw an opportunity there and you took it. So we know this thing is because of this guy Tinubu became president. I supported Buhari and I'm supporting Tinubu again. It's not because you be saying they must free Nnamdi Kanu, free Nnamdi Kanu. If you see things that this guy say, and you still say, where's Sunday Igboho? I'm not saying Sunday Igboho didn't do his own thing. I want you to join me and say, let us arrest Sunday Igboho. Maybe you will now see me saying they should release Sunday Igboho. Let us pack every one of them and put them in jail. You will not respect each other's food, culture. We insult Ghanaian food. I understand the looks of the food, but it is not right for us to come out and be insulting each other's food, each other's culture. I prostrate, greet person. How now one become problem? No be me get my body ni. There are a lot of cultures that are weird. We see them online on YouTube. Some people even kiss each other. Some people, there are cultures that it's not wrong for a man to forcefully sleep with a woman. There are ways that we don't have to agree with everything. We don't have to disagree with everything. There are ways we need to speak about things. This is a country whereby if Igbo say Yoruba, they chop too much pepper, it's a problem. If Yoruba say Igbo no they chop pepper, it's a problem. We can't even ban again. I don't feel catch cruise with Obi, but I feel catch cruise with Fashola. Why? It is cruise now. The same way I feel call Obi say Obi here big. We suppose feel because I know like Obi as a person. No me say I don't like Igbo as a people. We need to be able to differentiate it, respect ourselves, respect ourselves. It is because of this election and the presidency. C'est fait les d'affaires de la coupe. And all this arrogance of we are bigger than everybody is a lie. They are jealous of you is a lie. There's nothing you are suffering that me as a Yoruba person say no they suffer for this Naija. There's nothing you dey gbadun that me self no dey gbadun. We got that day. When in Lagos Abeokuta Road, he passed through my house like this for Agbado. Obasanjo was president, fix am. Lagos Ibadan, dey there, fix am. Now Buhari Fulani man, he paved one side of that Lagos Abeokuta. He paved the two sides of Lagos Ibadan. I beg. So how does a Yoruba person being in the presidency now benefit me as a person? If he's packing money for him and his families, am I eating out of the money? My own is that Buhari don't do this road. We me I dey pass steady, sharp. Why I go come they fixated on who because if Obi becomes president tomorrow, as an Igbo person, you now feel good, sharp. How much does that put in your pocket? How many sneakers does that buy you? You should look out for the policies. I mean, I understand politics of identity, right? There's nothing wrong in politics of identity. People vote people because they are female, because they are gay, lesbian, black, white. I really don't think there's anything wrong with it. We shouldn't demonize ourselves. You just come out and say, Baba, I dey vote this person because he's na Igbo. Say fini. No, no, me as a Yoruba person, I no care. Oh. They jealous of you. You are
But
excelling.
Baba, they tell you say, Abeg, can you repeat that French word you use here? I want learn Abeg. I'm
Which
enjoying
one?
what you're saying. But that French word you use here, you say that they
C'est
do
fait
that
les
they do
daffé
something
dans la
that
coupe.
what do you mean?
You no pass like that. No, like you don't finish. You don't pass like that.
Mad, you carry recorder. I think say na only me carry recorder, abeg.
So you know if you just they bloat your ego, back am by anything, you go just dey lead to inflation. No be you be the Dangote wey own the biggest investment. No be you be $10. So jealous of what exactly, my brother? There's nothing to be jealous of. I can promise you that. Especially for those that are living a fulfilled life. Please tone down that rhetoric. Nobody bigger than anybody. No be say now everywhere for Nigeria clear food there. If you dey drive, your chassis, your shock absorber, all of us, we no reach California. So if you're an Igbo man becomes the president, that's when Nigeria will be great. But you guys have 5 states. 5 states. That's a litmus test. You don't even coco do am for your house first. Because Nigerians are in UK and in London, we say we built London. We built London. Eh? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense now. Sometimes when you say these things, you just sound like a broken record. Some of us just look at you and just be like, now wow. It don't make sense. All of us, make we know, say we still small. All of us, we still small. Make we just build ourselves. And if you want to live too, there's no problem with it. Do it in a good manner. If you are fanning ethnic tensions like this, saying nobody, no Lagos is a the Yoruba say tomode ba shon patanku, eni to ku ayoju si. If a small child is walking nonchalantly that there's nobody left, the people that are left will appear to you and you will see them. You know, years ago, these things have been flying. Nobody was saying anything now. But you they poke the lion, they poke the lion, they poke the lion. Now they rename streets, they bring out Shango for election. Actually, the next election, you will see. Because I can already sense it. These people are they are fired up. Somebody won in Oshun. You didn't forgive us because of that. You still say, away, do vote this guy. Somebody else won in Oshun, you won in Lagos, but yet you still whip us together that we voted this person. No wahala. The next time we will now vote this person together, and then we will now wear that bigotry shirt. Bang, bang, straight. You will insult anybody because of presidency. If you now get to that presidency, they are now saying every crime is committed by Igbo people. Will it be nice? Every time it's Fulani, Fulani, Fulani. Now it's Yoruba, 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 Yoruba. Why? Now, when Soludo came out and said every crime that was committed in Southeast or being committed in Southeast is by Igbo people, they begin lash the man again. Me, I don't believe Fulani will go to Southeast and be terrorizing them like that. Lie, lie. Igbo people are not that docile. Lie, lie. So you guys need to, every one of us, we need to start be critical in our thinking. It makes sense. It no too makes sense. I know even for Yoruba land self, I don't think say one foreign person go come they terrorize them for there. It go get the locals go there. That's the same thing with the north, the Boko Haram and everything. The locals are very well invested there. So if word no crack, lizard no fit enter. Your enemies are not, they are not abstract. You don't need, I understand if you want the presidency is fine, but you don't need the presidency to be who you want to be. You can actually create things. You have your governors, and please and please, if this thing boomerangs, if it leads anywhere, honestly, you can be asking Grok if Nigeria breaks today, who will we excel? It is fine. Yorubas, we don't go to other people's states. We will stay in our place. JJ, we are very comfy there. If Grok is deceiving everybody that and it is fine, no wahala. If everywhere don't bust, we don't dey roast ourselves, barbecue ourselves, make everybody go there. We go there our day for there, they chop our amala. It pay us. I don't really know any Yoruba person that has business outside South on the Southwest and really nothing to lose, Lawa. So please and please stop all these things. I know it's because of the presidency. We saw it during Buhari. Stop.
But
Tinubu didn't win
he
every
have
place in the
repeated, he have
southwest.
you don't say it's my guy. But he have repeated, we saw it during the Buhari, but everybody gathered together during this to Buhari to see any people, Southerners.
Yeah. No, no, no. Mazi, some people for southwest self do am. Sure, you understand. But I sabi Yoruba people wey be say they call them Fulani slave. If you tell them, me as a person self, if I say wait till you hear official news before you conclude say na Fulani, they no wan gree for me. Shebi, I give you the instance of Owo. When I posted it that some Kogi people, some Ibira people were caught there, I have people from Kogi that were telling me, what do I mean? I'm like, you said it was Fulani. Now you saw it's from Kogi, now you can't defend it. So these are the dangers of fanning those things. And people before the election said, the next person wey they go serve breakfast now Yoruba people. And even Tolu Ogunlesi or something, there was a time he tweeted that the next hashtag that will be trending, I think a year before election, was rigging, I think, and Yoruba or something like that. We know the transition. When Tinubu finishes, you will see it will shift again. But we can't continue to be doing this thing. It is too much online now. And actually, to be fair with you, I as a Yoruba person now, I wasn't like this. I didn't care before. Now, I don't even mind being called bigot. Like, what can you do to me? And so fucking what? Do you understand? So it's not just something that I want to be doing on the TL, but if somebody tells me I voted Tinubu because of Yoruba, I'm like, yeah, cool, it's fine. I don't really don't mind. And unlike before that, I'll be explaining this is not who I am. These people, they've already concluded. There's this lawyer online, this Akpari lawyer with Biebie. He was hailing Harry one
That's
day.
our problem guy.
He was hailing Harry one day. Harry, happy birthday, Harry, troublemaker or something. Those are the things you see those kind of things. Yeah, Harry, happy birthday. What's this guy's name? The Maurice Monye too. He was saying Rotikini Akeredolu wife. That woman na trouble. No wahala. We don't. You do your own. No wahala. We shall know when pot they cook yam. Nobody they shout. But when they pound the yam now, we don't want to hear anything. No. So Mazi, pass like that. Thank you.
This thing, yeah, you just found Oh my god, that's how the best. I always love to listen to King. King, thank you for always honestly. Defender, King, I will call you later. Don't worry. Defender, are you there?
Yeah, my brother Ade Jare. Okay, thank you very much. Let me make I just touch two things. Thank you to the last speaker. Everybody they wear their bigotry badge with pride now. So if you are still hiding that they will call you a bigot, don't worry, your day will come. You had better take your stand and be yourself because you can't continue to entertain insults, degradation, condescending, and all manner of things that are appalling to the hearing because you want to look decent, you want to look different. I am Yoruba, but I am not like them. I am Yoruba, but I don't really behave like that. I am Yoruba, but we Yorubas, we are not really all those but. There's no time for butting. Just press the but and kill it because sometimes you can't wake a people that pretends to be asleep. So if somebody have made up their mind, if a people have made up their mind to continue to do what they are doing, then you should also make up your mind to also repel them. Um, Let me touch Betty and all of that. Uh, Betty. The last week I said something that Togi Robalano, Alagba Olewogiri, because Betty also had people who assisted her to usurp power while her husband was on the sick bed, and that was why she was able to be successful in all of that. So the blame will be apportioned to others that also enabled her as well. Because although she being um, a first lady, that gives her a leeway to actually also use her influence as the first lady to do anyhow. But I will also blame the people that enabled her as well. But I'm sure it's because of what those ones wanted to eat too. So it is because of what they wanted to eat, they allowed that to also add away. Because a state that has House of Assembly would have even make taking a step to curtail excesses. But that being said, Betty will learn a lesson maybe over time. So, but Betty is not that relevant because most of the times people just see her tweet, they just hiss. So let me leave Betty one side. So on Europe, but it's actually my people I really want to really talk to. I mean the Yoruba bots that are still pondering over, oh, will I lose friendship? Oh, will I do this? Oh, fine. We all have this assessment that we do when we want to make a decision. But one thing you should never do is you should never trade your respect as a people for friendship without setting a boundary. If you don't set a boundary for a friendship, you will likely still clash. So your friend cannot be disrespecting you and still be calling you a friend. That is not a friend. A friend will respect the boundaries between both of you. If you also disrespect that your friend will also react. So if you have a friend that is not reacting while you are insulting him, he's actually not a friend, just a pretender. And these are part of the issues because I feel like there are some of our Yoruba people who want to look good to the public or to some people when they even hear terrible things that they say against their ethnicity, they just let it by, like pass by. But immediately they hear a Yoruba person say something like much like a pushback, you will see them on mute. They will run to the speaker sections, they will go on the TL, they will start forming one morality police. Then you start asking yourself, where was this energy when this person said this? I could remember somebody was speaking on his space, and while the guy was speaking, a lady came in and she told him to shut up. I wasn't on the speaker though, I was just there listening. And I was expecting that those that usually parade themselves as the police of Twitter were on the speaker. They didn't tell her that was wrong. And the guy reacted by telling her to go and get herself a man to get married and stop behaving that way. And immediately that guy said that they came for his head. Everybody on that speaker. I was like, okay. And just I don't want to mention names. I've seen a few of them. I'm just waiting for them. The day they will do that, and I'll now tell them you did this on so day. So for me, it is hypocritical to condemn someone else when you can actually uh, speak against the initiator or the aggressor. If it's a Yoruba man that actually starts the aggression and it's something that you claim you stand against, then you should also be able to call the person out. But when you are selecting when and who to actually call out, then you don't see a police on the TL or on spaces. So for me, Yoruba bots are not just in Labour Party, they are not just in political groups or movements. Yoruba bots are generally a people that take what they shouldn't take because they want to retain a form of clique or friendship that truly doesn't exist. If somebody respects you, then respect your friendship, then they will respect to be careful to speak against your ethnicity. So for me, that was a no-no. So there are many things that we should take a stand against as a person or as a people, rather than just always looking away. And Akinto Gates, he did that for a while until he realized that he could not stand it anymore. While they denigrate his ethnicity, instead of him to speak against it and speak up and say, no, 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 we can't do that. We can't allow that. That is wrong. He would say, check your DM, until he could not say, check your DM again. And they came for his head. So when they come for others and you look away, the day they'll come for you, your day will come. So I just want to say that the enablers are also our Yoruba people who are called Yoruba but who say, oh, I am Yoruba, but I am not like them. I am Yoruba, but we don't do like this. I am Yoruba, but no, no, no. You need to also let people know where you stand. That is how they respect you. They may not like you, but they will respect you for having a stand and setting a boundary. So I'll leave it at that. Mazi, thank you.
Yeah, thank you, defender. UD, UD, Maoga, Alpha,
Mazdi, yeah, now.
Alpha,
Mazdi International.
UD.
Mazdi, you deserve an award.
Which award again? You don't come.
No, this is personal. Oh. Is it easy to hold space? Me that try to open space one day, now only one person or two I see. And that day, it dawned on me, say, man, this life, you not suppose envy anybody. God don't give everybody his own. You think it's everybody that can do what you're doing. Host, I greet you specially, Mr. Folu. I enjoyed your submission that day on the other space about Nepo and Lapo. So, Mazi, congratulations again. You know why they congratulate you. You go soon hear from me. So, my own is thank you, everybody. Me, I can enter anywhere and talk. Lagos is no man's land. Lagos is not no man's land. So I don't know where that started from, but Lagos. Doggy, I greet you especially Doggy. So Lagos is not no man's land. Lagos belongs to certain people. So nobody can say. And sometimes I always wonder, what if we remove Lagos from the equation? What if we remove Lagos from the table? Whatever it's happening today, will it continue? So why is Lagos? There are other states. We should even be ashamed of ourselves that out of 36 states in Nigeria, only 6 states can self-propel. Only 6 states can take care of that without reliance on federal, what is coming from the federal purse. It's even an indictment on us, that we don't have states that are viable. We don't have states, that are doing well. Everybody is looking at Lagos. Why? That's failure in itself. So all this dragging is unnecessary. It's really unnecessary. I was born in Lagos. I grew up in Lagos. In fact, Oshodi, Mafuluku area. That former, in fact, all that Jawa Estate, Airport Road. My father was a soldier. So eventually there's a resettlement center opposite, they call it NFRC, Nigerian Armed Forces Resettlement Center. So Lagos is cosmopolitan. And if you look at other cosmopolitan settings, other cosmopolitan entities around the world, there's a pattern. So but it doesn't mean that it doesn't have owners, as in you don't have people who actually own that space, ancestrally. But the fact that it has enjoyed certain perks, it was once the capital and enjoyed both federal presence and certain federal perks, does not mean that people should be dragging it with other people. So I just feel that again, I ask myself, is it because of the composition of that 2023 election? What really went wrong? Is it because of the composition? Was it the first time we're having people from the major tribes like being fielded? So there's really a lot that is happening that I just think everybody should calm down. We don't need all of this. I see Nigeria as a country that is blessed, that has a bright future. And I will not, personally, I believe that leadership is what is the major challenge that we have. We have a leadership
Sorry,
lacuna.
What did you say? What did you say? You don't trigger negotiations. About 10 negotiations are requesting for the mic immediately. What did you say?
Take that again. Your mic, the sound went kind.
I said, what did you say? About 10 negotiations are requesting for the mic. 10 negotiations are requesting for the mic at once.
Okay, about the cosmopolitan nature of the state. Which one? I've said a lot.
I don't know.
Lagos.
I'm just asking you. What did you say? I don't know.
Oh, okay. Yes. I said Lagos is cosmopolitan.
Udi, you did not say anything wrong. Just one second, my brother.
Thank you very much.
You did not say anything wrong. So I'm one of those that I said requested for the mic. I don't know the other people, but I just wanted to say this. I think it's high time people listen and people learn. Because when we keep repeating the same fallacy, we'll always continue to argue on what we're not supposed to argue about. There was never any time in the history of the Federal Republic of Nigeria where Lagos State, I'm going to repeat that again, there is never any history of the Federal Republic of Nigeria where Lagos State was the capital of Nigeria. Lagos State has never been the capital of Nigeria. Lagos State, I'm saying it again, Lagos State has never been the capital of Nigeria. Lagos, Federal Capital Territory, a part of Lagos State that constitutes where the Federal Secretariat is in Ikoyi, major part of Ikoyi, Lagos Island, some part of Apapa, up to where you call boundary in Ajegunle. Once you cross that area, you are already in Ajegunle, then you are no longer part of the Federal Capital Territory. Apapa itself, then if you're going to mainland, once you get to Costain, that WT area. In fact, when they built the National Stadium, it became a major contest because the National Stadium was on the property outside of the Federal Capital Territory of Lagos. You see, if people do not want to learn, they should not learn. I cannot help people who don't want to learn. But Lagos
So
as a state.
I want to ask, where is the capital of Lagos now? Lagos, capital of Lagos.
Okay, so yeah, that's where I'm going to right now, Mazi, so that you can get to know. Before Muritala Mohammed became the president, there was an argument that if you create Lagos as a state and the capital of Lagos as a state becomes Lagos, and the capital of Nigeria is also Lagos, which is the same Lagos Island, Ikoyi metropolis, there's a clash in that administration. As a result of it, that's the reason why Lagos State moved their capital from Lagos Island, from City Hall, to Ikeja. Because they want the federal capital at that point in time to stay in that place, even though Awolowo and the rest wanted the capital to move out of that place. You see, the most part of Lagos that people are talking about today had always been under Western region. If you go to Ikeja, that new red line train station that was built there, that land belongs to Oodua Group, that belongs to the Western region, the same group that built Cocoa House. So as the Western region was developing its own region, they focused on that area of Lagos and Ibadan that used to be the capital of Western region. That was the reason why there was a pushback when a state it was about to be created, and they want to carve out their economic hub into that new state. You see, when people come here and keep saying Lagos State, Lagos State, Lagos State, there is never any time in the history of the Federal Republic of Nigeria where Lagos State has been the capital of Nigeria. But you see,
sorry, bro. Just a quick one. It's my turn.
Newbie, I know. Just give me a sec. So great.
Yes.
If you come to Anambra now, Awka is the capital of Anambra, right?
Yes, my brother.
If you want to go to that place now, not entire Awka is the capital of Anambra. The particular place which is the capital of Anambra is Agoga, from Amobia down to you will not even reach Amansi. So that is the capital of Awka. But we have Amobia, we have Umumbo, we have all these Awka areas. So if someone wants to say, where is the capital of Anambra, he's not going to say Awka.
Okay, so that's a little bit different. So I'm going to explain why it's different for you. Awka is not a state. Awka is a city. If I'm right, Awka is a city. So let's assume now. You see, one of the reasons why people mistake Lagos State for Lagos Federal is because they bear the same name. So it's people are not differentiating between Lagos State and Lagos, which is approximately the Lagos Island. And
Okay, where is the capital of Nigeria now?
The capital of Nigeria now is Abuja.
Where was the capital of Nigeria before now?
But Calabar was also the capital of Nigeria now. Why are you not claiming Calabar too?
Calm down now. So is entire Abuja a capital of Lagos, a capital of Nigeria?
Yes, entire Abuja is capital of Nigeria. So because Abuja itself was created as a federal capital territory, so that was a complete different situation. That place was specifically created for that purpose. Just the same way Washington, D.C. was carved out as the federal territory of the United States. Despite
In
the
fact,
fact that
it's called Eco-Federal. Eco-Federal.
so you see, that's why you see, even back in those days, amongst the Yoruba people, they always differentiate the part that is part of the federal and the part that is not part of the federal. So islanders, we pride ourselves as a co-federal. Even if you listen, if you understand Wasiu, he has been singing this every time in his music back in those days. Island, part of Apapa up to Costain, the entire part of Ikoyi, where you have the federal capital territory, where you have Dodam Barracks, Obalende, and the rest are all federal capital territory. Before the creation of, when the state was created, Lagos Island became the capital of the Federal Republic. So you have City Hall as capital of Lagos. Then you have Ikoyi as the seat of power for government. Then if you say where's the capital of Lagos State, they will tell you Lagos. Where's the capital of Nigeria? They will tell you Lagos. How can the capital of Lagos State also be Lagos State? You have to ask yourself that question. The capital of Lagos State cannot be Lagos State. The capital of Lagos used to be Lagos. So the
Eco.
state had to,
Maybe tell
the
you know
state
Eco.
itself had to shift its ground and say, okay, because people do not want to call it by the local name, which is Eco. Everybody wants to use Lagos, 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 except for the real Lagosians who will tell you Eco or Isale Eco. So now the federal of Lagos, the capital of Lagos State, was moved away from Lagos Island, that city hall, the same hall that was born in front of Olubunmi Okoje's church.
Okay, so are you saying? So what you are saying is that because are you saying this status did not bring any benefit to
No,
the
that's not
entire
what
Lagos
I'm saying.
itself?
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm
Okay,
saying
so
No,
is,
you are just trying to
what
get
I'm saying
away.
is simple.
hold on, sir. I'm a
Okay.
Lagosian, so let me answer his question. Maybe you did not hear what he said. But he asked you a very pertinent question now. He said, are you saying that status of FCT did not bring anything to the entire Lagos? That was the question. Yes.
Yeah, that's the question.
Exactly my question.
Yes, that's the question.
There's
Now I
an
am telling you.
influence.
Okay.
My brother, is it Oluwaseun that is speaking, right?
Continue.
Okay. You see, let me give you an example, UD. The federal capital territory, Abuja, right now, is having an influence on the state or the closest proximity of towns around it, like Suleja, like Nyanya, like some places in Nasarawa State, because they are close to the federal capital territory. Now, not everybody can live in the federal capital territory of Lagos back in those days, because they could probably not afford it. The place is too small for them to get an accommodation. So you get accommodation in the approximate vicinities to that area. You see, where you call Apapa Road, that Oyinbo Road now, they call it Apapa Road back in those days. They are the people that were moved away from Marina when the federal government and the colonial masters took over Marina. Those are the indigenous people that owns the land around that area. The federal government relocated them along Apapa Road. That's why that area was also carved to be part of the federal capital territory, to make them feel belong, to still be part of the federal capital territory. Now, does that influence the economy of that area? Greatly, it does influence the economy of that area. But that in itself does not mean that the Western region in itself, that's the reason why the Western region strategically started developing the Ikeja corridor. In fact, the name Ikeja itself was created from Ikorodu, Ekpe, and what's the last name? I can't remember the last name now. That is how the name Ikeja was created. So there is no traditional name called Ikeja. It was created by the old Western region to build a corridor approximate to the federal seat of power so that they can harness that economically. But today, if you don't want to look at the contribution of the old Western region, of the old Oodua group, and you now want to put everything on federal government and call Lagos State the former capital, because I hear people saying this often. Oh, Lagos State used to be the capital of Nigeria for 70 years. No, Lagos State has never been the capital of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Lagos Federal Capital Territory has been the capital of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. We've said this times without number. I've said this not 1 year, not 2 years on this app. But you see, people don't want to learn. They want to repeat the same thing they want to repeat because that exactly gives them the basis for their argument. And once you continue to do your argument on falsehood, you're not helping yourself. You're just distorting history. And I don't understand how to say this again. At some point in time, I'm just like, I don't care. It doesn't change anything. It doesn't bring anything to my table. And that's what I wanted to say. UD, you've not said anything wrong. I'm just pointing that out for people who want to learn. If you don't want to learn, it's your cup of tea. Oodua House is still there in Marina. Oodua, you know where Ras Kimono used to sing his song? Almost opposite the what's it called? General Hospital. I've forgotten the name of that building now. It's one of the tallest buildings along Broad Street. That's an Oodua.
Thank you.
That's an Oodua house.
Thank you very much.
It belongs to
Thank you
Oodua
very
group.
much. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, brother.
Thank you for clarifying that. And of course,
No, Ude. Sorry, sir. I was expecting my brother to answer the last question you asked, which was, are you saying that the fact that Lagos Island and some part of Apapa was at a time the FCT? Are you saying that that does not Lagos State as a whole did not enjoy anything from the federal government? My brother was explained in one aspect, but the aspect I really want to explain is to break it down by making you understand that Lagos State as a whole is divided into 5 divisions. We have Ikeja, Badagry, Lagos Island, Ekpe, and Ikorodu. And at no point, I repeat, at no point in time when the Lagos Island and part of Apapa was the FCT, the federal government of Nigeria like do anything that you can point to in Badagry, in Ikorodu, in Ekpe. Not one. And if you know any, would they please tell us? Please, I'm begging you, please tell us. I don't know whether you were in Lagos in those days. If I'm going from Ilasa Majao, I'm going to my village. My village is on your way to Badagry before you get to Badagry. It's probably you must have heard Whispy Palm Aradagun before. If you get to Aradagun, my place is just by the right hand side. You go inside there. That's it. Well, those days when we are going, it's as if I'm traveling. I want to be specific because I know Nigeria very well to some certain level. It's just as if I'm traveling from, and I want to. I don't know. Sorry, sir. Where are you from? Ude, where are you from?
I'm Igbo.
I don't know. I'm not Abia, right? You are Abia,
Yes.
right? Okay. Sorry. Do you know the village of this woman? Yediocha. Yes, that's her name. Yediocha. Do you know her village?
Lady Osha.
Yediocha. She was in House of Rep before, but she's a minister. I don't know whether they've removed that. I don't know, but I think she's. Mazi would know the person I'm referring to. Okay, now.
Mazi, maybe I'm not pronouncing the name.
Okay, let me just describe it for you. Yediocha, God bless you. Now, if you are going from Enugu, you are going to Umuahia. Before you get to Umuahia, you are going to Yediocha village. Our place, I've forgotten the name of the place. I used to go there very well. You just branch by your right hand side. You go inside. That's how Badagry Road used to be before. It's one single lane. From my 2 down to Badagry used to be one single lane. When we are going, you see both left and right. It's not even bush, forest. Forest. That's how it used to be. So when I hear people ask this question, like, okay, it was FCT one time and it developed. No, it didn't develop because it was FCT. What the FCT did to Lagos was that Lagos Island, the Ikoyi of